Hello everyone, this is Schwan again, and I'm here because of the positive response to the last video to walk you through something a little bit more complicated, which is installing SOAP and SOAP and SourceMod and MetaMod onto a TF2 server. There are a lot of scrim servers out there that don't run SOAP, and that's infuriating, so hopefully I help those people. And there's a lot of people that will probably be server admins sometime in the future and will need to know this information. So let's get going. The first step is to download an FTP client. The one that I use is FileZilla, right here. There we go. It can be found at filezillaproject.org, right here. And you want to make sure you download the client and not the server. The client, not the server. Okay. So then once you have that installed, it'll look like this. And then you will want to first install MetaMod. So let's pull this over. Oh, our atheism, my bad. Okay, MetaMod. So the first thing that you need to know is whether your server is a Linux server or a Windows server. You can ask who your server provider is, and I can tell you offhand that Art of War Central is Windows and AI is Linux, and I'm pretty sure EO Reality is also Linux, but I'm not sure on that one. But you want to do whichever one you want, which is probably Linux, and you download from one of these mirrors, and then you also want to download the VDF. You'll choose Team Fortress. Okay, you don't need to fill this out, and then click that button, and you'll download the VDF. Okay, and all of that will be located, made a folder, SOAP tutorial, sweet. So it'll be here and here. These two things you will download. Alright, next up, we're going to want to download SourceMod. I will never get those things straight. Alright, so this is sourcemod.net, and you go to releases, and again, depending on if you're Windows or Linux, you pick one of these to download, and that's it. You just download that. And that will be, this. Oh god. This. Next up is SOAP, which is what we really want to get at here. If I can close this. Here we go. Okay. So it's SOAP time, and you'll see it right here, and this is, they also have the files for MGE, but MGE made a sweet video tutorial just like this on their website, and I'll link to that in the description. But for our purposes, we want to download SOAP, and just as a common thing to do whenever you're downloading something, or whenever you're trying to do something new, a really good thing to do is to check the README files and the wikis and read about what you're doing. That way, you don't have to add lang and ask him a million questions, and everything will go smoother. So we'll click on installing SOAP. All this I'll be teaching, but this is a big problem. Why does my server keep changing levels? It's because your server, you just installed SourceMod, and it will add what is it? Let's see. Next, it'll add this, and it will keep changing maps, and you're going to need to remove that. So if you didn't read this, you wouldn't know, but I'll walk you through it nonetheless. Okay, so next up is we need to extract the files that we just downloaded. These are zip files and RAR files. Everyone should know what those are by now, but if you don't, you should download WinRAR or 7-zip. 7-zip is great, WinRAR is also great, both work. So once you have one of those installed, you can open up the zip files or RAR files, and you'll see add-ons, CFGs. What I like to do with WinRAR is I like to right-click on the folder and extract to, and it names the thing the same thing as the zip file. And then I get rid of the zip file, because I don't need it anymore. And we'll extract, oh, see I messed up. Oh, that worked, okay. And then this one. This one will take the longest. There's a lot of SourceMod files. Okay, that's done. Alright, so now we have what we need. We have MetaMod, we have our MetaMod VDF, we have SOAP, and we have SourceMod. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is you need to have FileZilla installed, and you need to add your server to the list. So we'll go like this. We'll go Site Manager, and then I have TF2 servers and web servers. I mean, they're probably going to black out these so you don't know what they are. But TF2 servers, fallback, shout out, red flag, shout out, my own server, and Space Cows, which are mediocre at best now. Those guys are cool. So we want to add a new site, and we want to type in the IP of our server, and the port is not going to be the same port as you think it's going to be. It's going to probably be 21, unless it's said otherwise. That's just the common FTP port for servers. So let's see, the fallback server. Oh, it's not letting me do that. Okay. So you'll go here and you'll do normal, and your username and password will be your FTP username and password are probably going to be the same that you sign up with the website that's hosting the server with, or they might be different. If it is, they'll let you know, and getting this information should be pretty easy. Okay, so we'll just press OK there. Oh gosh, let's just do that. Okay. All right. So then once you have all your information put in the FileZilla, you want to open. Let's see. Let's go red flag because they're Linux. All right. And I think this is an AI server. So you'll click this. You'll click that. And then you'll click orange box. And you'll click TF. And this should look very, 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 very familiar. Besides all these shortcut folders things, because this is exactly the same as your local TF folder. A lot of these folders are similar, like add-ons, CFGs, maps, somewhere in here. There it is. Should look familiar. So now what we want to do is we want to install the files that we extracted. So the first thing we want to do is install Metamod. So we'll click in Metamod and add-ons. So we see add-ons, which means it needs to go into the add-ons folder. Let's see, I have this. Probably should do that. There we go, add-ons. So we click here, and then Metamod. So add-ons. Now it's already here. I'm not going to actually install SOAP, but this will be an example. So you'll want to take Metamod, and you want to drag it to add-ons, because that's where it said to go. Because if you noticed, see, it said, so we want Metamod, and it says, oh, it's in the add-ons folder, and then you put this in the add-ons folder. Okay, and then once you do that, it'll show up here of, where it'll say what file you're doing and how long it's going to take. Metamod should not take a long time at all. It should be pretty quick. The next thing we want to install is SourceMod. Okay, and add-ons and CFGs. So we want to go to TF. So add-ons, that's where add-ons. So we have two folders in add-ons, Metamod and SourceMod. We'll take those two folders and we'll put them in add-ons. That makes pretty good sense. Next up is the CFG. So if we go to TF and then CFG, or you could just click these, doesn't matter, and you'll see all the CFG files that are on the server. So then we'll take the SourceMod, and there should be a SourceMod folder on here. I'm sure there is, yep. So then we take the SourceMod and then we drag it to the CFG folder, just like it says, because it's under CFG. See, CFG, SourceMod. It'll be the same on the server. You want to keep the same file structure. It's very important. Now, before you go adding SOAP, you're going to want to restart your server. This is very important, and it's where a lot of people mess up. For some reason, if you install, let's make this. If you install SOAP at the same time as SourceMod, I don't know why, maybe Lang will post, but it messes up. I think SOAP launches before SourceMod, or the other way around, and then it gets really jacked up. So, I think this is, oh dear, I think this is red flag server. I don't know. Yes, it is, because the Archon, yeah, okay, so this is red flag server, I don't know why. Alright, I gotta change that CFG file. Anyway, so we want to go down, and we want to restart the server. We can do that by just doing quit. Oh, and by the way, this program is called HLSW, and you can control things like the console. You can control the console in the server without launching TF2. For example, I typed quit, and it's going to restart the server. However, I could also type, change level CP underscore Badlands, and hit enter, and it would change the map to Badlands. Same exact thing as the console. You can also chat, but first you have to do this. Get log, Alright, we're good, and then you can chat, and then you can say, what up, red flag, and the people on the server will see that. You can change the level here as well. If you don't feel like typing, you can just double click and change the level. And yeah, it's pretty. Oh, also, if you are over here, this will get populated by people that are on the server. You can right click their names, go to source mod fun commands, and set them on fire or something silly like that. See, yeah, red flag, good. So HLSW is a great program to use. Alright, so now that we restart, so far we installed metamod and sourcemod, and then we restarted our server. And now we're ready for the final step, which is to install SOAP. So we will go to the SOAP tutorial folder and the SOAP DM 3.3, and look, there's add-ons and there's CFGs. Oh look, source mod. So we go to add-ons, and then source mod, we just put that in add-ons. See how that works? It's pretty self-explanatory. And then CFGs, we can go to CFG, and there's more CFGs for SOAP specifically in this folder. We just put the source mod folder into the CFG just like it is on our computers, or on locally for, on our side of things. Keep the same file structure. And then once all that is done, you will then have SOAP running on your Scrim server, and everything will be wonderful. And there's one last thing though. One last thing. I think I might have not done this to... Alright, so a good way, sometimes, and I don't know why, Lang could probably comment on this, SOAP does break sometimes, or it used to. Alright, so, you can have, what's cool is you can use new tabs. So I can still have red flag here, but my server over here, and this is a Windows server, you'll see a little bit of differences. TF, and come on, you can do it. You can do it. Alright, TFs, and we'll do this again. Then we're going to want to go to CFGs. A really good thing to have on your server, or at least it used to be a really good thing, is SOAP fix. I just manually made this. So what you can do is you can say, oh dear, oh, Notepad++, awesome program, get it if you don't have it. So these two very simple commands if you're supposed to use if SOAP breaks. And the easiest way to do this is to make a CFG file by doing, I guess I'll show you how to do that. Sure, no harm in that. So we'll copy these. Alright, we'll exit this, exit this. Actually, we'll keep that up there. So we want to make a new text document, and we'll call it, SOAP_fix. And instead of .text, we do .cfg. Yes, we want to change the file type. And then I have it set to CFGs always open with Notepad++. You can do whatever you want. And now that we have the CFG, we paste those two commands. I'll post these commands in the description of the video as well. We were to save this. So now we have our SOAP fix CFG. Alright, and since red flag didn't have it, oh gosh, it's IRC tutorial all over again. Alright, so we'll go back to red flag, which is in this tab, and we'll do our SOAP tutorial, which is here. And we'll do SOAP_fix CFG, and we will put that in the CFG folder. So now, if SOAP ever breaks, you can type in the console very simply. You can say, exec SOAP_fix, and then it will run those two commands and it will reload the plugin. And that's if SOAP ever breaks. And that's it for now. Oh wait, no, I need to go over one last thing, which is how to stop the server from changing levels. I guess I'm more familiar with my server. So we'll go to our add-ons and our source mod, and then we will go to our extensions, which are just like, oh, sorry, not extensions, I'm thinking, mine's not in it. Alright, plugins. This is just like Firefox or Chrome plugins, and they work the same way. So you can download a plugin from the source mod website, and you just drag in the SMX file into the plugins folder, and you're good to go. However, when you first install SOAP, it assumes that you want some plugins that you might not want. For example, the Next Map plugin, I think it's called. So if you look at my disabled, that's where I probably have it. Map chooser, Next Map. So these two are, everything in this folder is disabled, okay? Like the fun commands, sad face. But Map chooser and Next Map are normally active, but you can simply move that into the disabled folder, and your server will stop changing levels when you don't want it to. And now, that's the end of this tutorial. I hope all you future admins out there are ready. And if you found this helpful, let me know. And if you need any more help with, anything related to TF2, maybe post another suggestion and I'll do it, because for some reason I have a lot of fun making these videos. That's it for now. I'm out.